The device you buy specifically so this cannot happen to you is now the prime suspect. Roughly 594 Bitcoin, worth about $38.3 million, was swept out of around 500 single-signature addresses in 25 minutes, between 1:31 and 1:56 UTC, across 4 consecutive blocks. CoinKite, the company behind the Cold Card hardware wallet, has issued an advisory saying anyone who generated a seed phrase on a Mark III device running firmware 4.0.1 or later may have funds at risk. Security researchers suspect the random number generator on those devices produced weak entropy, which would make the private keys guessable rather than genuinely random. CoinKite has not confirmed that the firmware caused the theft. Wallets protected with a BIP39 passphrase appear to face minimal exposure, even where the underlying seed came from an affected device. The company's preliminary analysis says the Mark IV, the Mark V, and the Cold Card Q are not affected. You can now tell ChatGPT to send someone money in crypto, and it will actually do it. MoonPay has launched Paybox, a payment vault that puts a non-custodial crypto wallet directly inside ChatGPT and Claude, and lets the assistant prepare and execute the transaction for you. You connect a wallet and your payment methods, then describe what you want in plain language, whether that is a token swap, a cross-chain transfer, or a DeFi interaction, and approve each transaction with a passkey. Alternatively, you set a spending limit and let the assistant act on its own inside it. Keys are protected using multi-party computation and trusted execution environments, so neither the assistant nor MoonPay can move your funds independently. It launches on Solana plus EVM networks including Ethereum, Base, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Hyperliquid, with early integrations covering restaurant reservations, online shopping, and flight bookings. The pitch is that an assistant which can already research a purchase for you should be able to settle it as well, without you ever leaving the conversation to open a wallet. Ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz were being charged protection money, and it could be paid in Bitcoin. The U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control has now sanctioned 2 Iranian maritime entities over what it calls an extortion scheme backed by the Revolutionary Guard. Hormuz Safe Marine Services Authority and the Persian Gulf Marine Insurance Company allegedly pressured commercial vessels into buying mandatory insurance to transit the strait, coverage that, as Treasury put it, protects ships from risks Iran itself overwhelmingly creates. Hormuz Safe was developed by Iran's Ministry of Economy and accepts Bitcoin and other digital assets to settle those premiums, putting crypto at the center of a sanctions evasion case. The action also adds 8 Shadow Fleet vessels to the sanctions list, and it follows earlier guidance from Treasury warning that payments of this kind were already unauthorized. Designation cuts those entities off from the U.S. financial system, and it puts anyone who keeps dealing with them at risk of being sanctioned as well. Subscribe now.